Good God, this has been a long day. Oh my God, I need a shower. Good gracious. It has been a warm one today. Probably should have done that before I hit the live, but oh well. And this camera, there we go. Goodness gracious. Oh, there we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Saturday Staining. Sorry I'm late. I had so much shit to get done today. And of course, all the custom orders came in. December 2nd was my cutoff for custom orders for the holidays. And of course, everybody waited until December 2nd to send in their custom orders. So I have a ton of custom orders to get done. Actually, it's only like 4, but for me, that's a lot. I'm just one guy, but. All right, wipe everything down. But yeah, I've got I had 3 different custom orders, all for war clubs, which is crazy. Like war clubs, I don't know what this is like war clubs for the new katana. I don't know, but like seems like everybody's ordering war clubs this Christmas. A lot of Polynesian and Fijian and Tongan stuff. I still think it's probably most likely because of that show on Netflix with Jason Momoa, Chief of War. Makes sense. Hey, what's up, Raul? They're going all right. They're ready, all but one. One, it's a rifle stock style Indian club. I'm gonna have to embed a dagger into it. And it's solid rosewood, so the rosewood is tough to work. It is super, super, super strong stuff. So I'll probably finish that one next week. But I had one custom order for a 17-inch Cherokee Atasi War Club. So that's good to go. I had another one for a also 17-inch Fijian Tongan Ipe War Club, so that one's good to go. So those 2 are at least done. And then this is another Atasi Cherokee War Club. This is the paddle style. That's not a custom order. I just sold out of these. I made one a couple weeks ago and it sold the other day. So usually with new stuff, when I sell one, I make one. So. And this was a cutoff of rosewood from one of my custom orders, so I decided to make a small little war club out of it. I hate wasting wood. And I'm also nearly sold out of Shoto Boken, my short Boken, so I made a couple of Shoto Boken. We're gonna tongue oil those. How long am I doing this for? Until everything is done. I don't know. Probably usually 30 minutes or so. Hey, what's up, Levi? This is Warrior Wood and Props. I go live every Saturday when I stain and oil all of my projects. Today I've got a bunch of Yawara. I've got a Rutus sword. I've got some war clubs. I've got some Boken. And then I go live again on Sunday mornings when I finish everything. Hey, Shozy, welcome back, man. This week has not been kind, Shozy. It has not. It has been rough, dude. I am physically exhausted. It is the rush before the holidays. I'm sorry I was late today, but man, I had so much stuff to get done. I sold out of some stuff I needed to restock. So it's been a little nuts. But that's all right. I've only got like one more week after this, one more weekend. And then my shop closes on like December 17th. And I am done for the holidays. So yeah, but welcome back, Shozy. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Ooh, I think this tung oil might be tanked. Yeah, I would say time to crack open a new can. Luckily, I came prepared. How long have I been making YouTube videos? I don't know. Not long. Probably since the summer, I think, was when I started. Probably August I started doing. I don't know. I'm not really a YouTuber. I'm just a guy with a shop. And I use YouTube and Instagram and social media and stuff to just kind of promote the shop and show off stuff that I like. But not long. Like, I'm the laziest. If I am a YouTuber, I'm the laziest YouTuber ever because I don't edit anything. I just post stuff. All right, be right back. I'm gonna start putting these up. These oak Yawara, oddly enough, have been selling like crazy this year. I'm going to take these stupid glasses off. It's hard for me to focus on small stuff when I have my glasses on. I'm getting old and my eyes are getting old with me. Well, you can subscribe. I mean, I post pretty regularly, at least on the weekends. I try to post during the week, but I usually don't have time. But I don't know, Raul. But you're welcome to subscribe. So, Shozy, how have you been since last week? Doing all right? All's well? Tell you, so I thought I was trying to save time today because I had so many projects. Instead of using the drill press, I decided to hand drill the holes, and yeah, it didn't go so great. This one's probably gonna end up getting auctioned off on eBay because the holes are way unsymmetrical. And if it's not perfect, I don't sell it at full price. So I don't think those holes are all right. Hey, Cyborg, welcome back, man. Good to have you back, bro. All right, let me put this up. Thanks for showing up, you guys. I know I was late to the party today because I had more projects than time. Always seems to be the case right before Christmas. I never know how to stock stuff, you know, for the holidays because I never know what's going to sell. It always seems like it's something different every year, so I did not see war clubs being the big thing this year. That's the crazy thing. I've got all these custom orders and they're all war clubs. Everybody wants war clubs this year. What country am I in, Raul? I'm in the United States. I am in Florida, on the Gulf Coast of Florida in the U.S. All right, this is the tapered palm stick Yawara in my shop. My shop's the only one that sells this design. There's a taper in the center so that it pulls it tighter into your palm when you grip it. You get a much better and more secure grip that way. Oddly enough, these haven't sold very well on eBay for some reason. I'm not sure why. Back when I was on Etsy, they sold like crazy, but Etsy kicked me off, so. It's just called a tapered Yawara. Yawara with taper. Hey, what's up, Hunk? How you doing? All right, let's see. Let me do this bad boy here. This is one of my custom orders this week. It was I made a Tung and War Club last week, and one of my customers saw it and they liked it, but they wanted different dimensions, so they wanted 17 inches. So they got 17 inches. All right, see you in a bit, Cyborg. Oh, axe handles there, Bardia? Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of companies make fairly good axe handles. I don't know. I feel like there are a lot of people out there that make good axe handles. Not necessarily mass-produced ones, but now I'm good with making weaponry and props. I try to stay in my lane. Every now and then I'll make something, like a charcuterie board or something like that. But for the most part, I try to stay in my lane. Sorry, 1 second. Let me go put this up. I gotta get a new rag. Like I'm going into surgery. Go. And this is another custom. This is an Atasi Cherokee style of war club. This one's made out of Canary wood, though. The last one I made of this design, I think it's still up on the shop. It's hickory, American hickory, but the client wanted a slightly shorter design, and they wanted it to be Canary wood, so got a cool little taper on it. We'll get a handle wrap in the morning. Do I have wife and kids? Yes. I don't, well, not wife, but kids. Oh, thanks, Bardia. Make sure I wash my feet after this. Well, my feet aren't really involved. I'll wash my hands, though. Yeah, I don't know. Weaponry's always kind of been the one area where I've done martial arts, all kinds of combat sports growing up. I've done everything from Kenjutsu to armored combat, and so weaponry has always kind of been around in my life. When I was a kid, we were not the wealthiest of people, so a lot of times for practice weaponry, when I did Kobudo and stuff like that, I kind of had to make my own practice weapons, so. And it just kind of evolved. Hey, what's up, Luke? How's it going? I'm tongue oiling your war club right now, my guy. Oh, Shozy. So if you look up Boo Hurt, that's B-U-H-U-R-T. You will see what I'm talking about. Armored Combat, it's just guys in full armor beating the living crap out of each other with blunted weapons and judo. I got into that in my late 30s, early 40s. Probably not a great age to start that hobby, but I ended up with way too many injuries to continue. So probably about 2 or 3 years ago, I stopped doing it just because I can't. I can't do it. I have too many old injuries. All right. Let me get this other Atasi War Club. This one's out of hickory. This is the paddle design. Technically, the other one's a paddle design too. It's just it's tapered. This one tapers out on the handle. It has a flared handle. I'm guessing the design was meant to help you maintain your grip, because with war clubs, you tend to get a lot of outside weight on the swing. So that flared handle would definitely help you maintain control. Oh, thanks there, Bald Les. I like handling wood. Yeah, tung oil's good stuff there, Luke. The nice thing about tung oil, it oxidizes and it dries hard. So it penetrates the wood, and then as it dries, it reinforces the wood, makes it stronger. It also seals and protects it. And it's a natural, it's derived from nuts. So, you know, unless you have a nut allergy, probably not the greatest thing. Once it's cured, it's safe, but yeah, I'm a big fan of the tung oil for sure. Can you buy it? Yeah, everything in. If you go to the link in my bio to my eBay shop, it should be a link in my bio there, Raul. Everything you see on here will be up for sale by tomorrow afternoon. I'll come in the morning, finish all this stuff, and then Sundays I go home after I finish everything and I put it all up on the shop. But a lot of this stuff is already up on the shop and available, except for the custom stuff, obviously. Yeah, and get a new rag. I have to get a new rag after a while because like I said, the tung oil oxidizes, and when the rag starts to get stiff, you want to switch out to a new rag so you don't get like half coagulated tung oil on everything. How much is the cost? Well, it depends. There, Raul. It depends on what you want to buy. Hey, what's up, Jerry? Welcome. I mean, I have stuff the stuff in my shop ranges from as cheap as like $18 to as expensive as a few $100. Kind of depends on what you're buying. Work clubs tend to be between $65 and $150, depending on what they are. My Boken are very cost effective if you're looking for a wooden sword that can take a beating. They're not pretty, but goddamn, they will last you a very long time. These are my Shoto. They're only 32 inches, but they're very good. I am almost sold out of them, which is why I'm making more, because I sold all but one last week, so not a good time to run out. For this one, for these, for my Boken, they run between about $38 and $50, somewhere in there, depending on the length and the wood type. My medieval wasters, I also make European practice swords, which are wasters, not Boken. And those are usually a bit more expensive. I make those for Boo-Hurt and Armored Combat guys. They use those when they're in full kit to practice so they don't mess up their competition weapons. And for those of you who've been on my live before, as you know, all of my stuff is guaranteed as far as my Boken and Wasters are concerned. If they break when they should not break, I replace them free of charge. In the 3 years since I've had that guarantee on my shop, I've only ever replaced one. And it was honestly due to user error, but I still replaced it because it broke literally the day he got it. But he was smacking it against a metal practice dummy that was embedded in the ground in concrete, and he didn't bother to put any padding on it, of any kind, so yeah. But this particular one right here, I think right now, these are about $38. Everything on my shop's on sale right now for 15%. It's 15% off, so you know nothing's full price. But I think the sale price right now for these is about $38 until December 16th, and everything goes back to full price. Yes, it is red oak there, Luke. Good eye. This is red oak. Right here. This one is red oak. Most of my Boken are red oak and my Wasters, unless I get a custom order where someone asks for something different. That tends to be my go-to. It's easy to come by. Yeah, red oak is very cost effective for sure, Luke. No, Raul, you cannot have one for free. Sorry, man. I don't do freebies. You're way too hard. I work way too hard to do freebies. This here is Hawaiian rosewood, which is possibly one of the hardest woods I've ever worked with. I mean, it's insane how difficult this stuff is to work. It's like stone. This is a cutoff I had from a custom I'm working on, and I didn't want to waste the wood, so I made a little tertiary war club. It could be either there, Luke. I shaped the business end after a Polynesian war club design that I saw, but it would also work as a fish bopper. Oh, I know. It is boring. Yeah, Shozy for sure. Red oak is not a super exciting wood. I mean, I use it because it's cost effective, but no, it's not my favorite wood to work with. It's kind of blah, you know. It doesn't really stand up pretty or anything. It's just nothing all that spectacular about it, but it's a cost effective wood, and it's fairly sturdy, so I work with it a lot, but I prefer harder woods. But I get to work with those a lot too. But yeah, this Hawaiian rosewood, and technically, Luke, any kind of club like this can be a fish bopper if you try hard enough. This one, I don't know. I haven't really come up with a price on this one. I imagine not more than $50 when all's said and done. Yeah, I'd probably sell it for $50 minus 15%, so whatever that is, like $43, something like that. Does that boric super cool? I don't know what you mean there, Raul, by boric. Is that a typo? No, it's smaller. This one's a little shorter than the ones you've got. It's close, but not. It's probably about, I haven't measured it, but I think it's probably about 15 inches. You know, let's take a look. Hang on. Let's see. Oh, look at me. Yep, it's 15 inches. So, no, it's a couple inches shorter than the ones you got. Oh, I know. Dude, Shozy, stuff gets out of your price range so fast when you're dealing with expensive woods. And I've been lucky this year. I've had a lot of jobs. I work in home renovations and furniture restoration and stuff like that during the day. And I've been really lucky this year with finding reclaimed wood on job sites, you know, that's really good stuff. You know, I've gotten Hawaiian rosewood, ipe, kamaru, pau ferro. I mean, people in the area where I work, they use crazy expensive woods. Oh, shark teeth, Luke. I bought it from a guy on eBay, actually, in Hawaii. He sells tiger shark teeth. Well, yeah, the bull shark teeth is much harder to come by, but tiger shark teeth, they're not hard to find. The hard part is with shark teeth, a lot of times you have to buy like a lot of them in like a bag, and usually probably about 2/3 of them are actually usable for weaponry. The other ones are just too small, so. Nah, Shozy, I totally do hunt sharks. How did you know? But yeah, it's shark teeth. You can get them on. I found a guy on eBay that sells them. Matter of fact, let me go look. I think I got his card somewhere over here. If I can find it. Oh yeah, I got my shark teeth here at megalodonteeth.com. That's where I got the shark teeth. megalodonteeth.com. All right, I got one more, I think. Yeah, I got one more left. I got to switch to a new rag because it's Purple Heart Osage. Hey, no worries, Luke. So the Purple Heart, I make what are called Rutus swords, which are just trophy swords. These are not meant to be used for like practice or anything. They're mostly meant as to be gifts and to be used as display pieces. Most people use them that I sell them to. The two most common uses for these is SCA, HEMA, Boohurt, people like that. They'll use these as trophies in their tournaments. And I also have had people buy these to give to military veterans when they get out of the service. The Rutus sword was given to a gladiator who had won his freedom by fighting in the arena. And they weren't made out of Purple Heart, but I like making them out of Purple Heart because Purple Heart's pretty. Oh, I know, right? Being the shark tooth guy, yeah, I know. Like that's his whole bag. It's just, I know. I have a whole like drawer of business cards from people that I buy weird shit from. I have a guy that I get my deer bones for making I make deer bone knives. I have a guy that I buy deer bones from. I have a guy I buy shark teeth from. I've got different vendors for different kinds of woods. I had to find a guy that sold dagger blanks this week because I needed a dagger blade without a handle. Because I needed a dagger blade to embed in this rifle stock club that I'm making. Well, it's kind of a rifle stock club. Oh, thanks there, Luke. Yeah, I love making wooden daggers. It's a lot of fun. Hey, what's up, Roy? Welcome. We're just moving on to the last thing here. I think that needs a little more. Hang on. That needs a little heavier coat of Tung oil, I think. That was not quite enough. There we go. Well, yeah, these usually go full price for about $100. Right now they're on sale for $85. I've got two. This will be the second one out of Purple Heart that I have in stock. I also made one out of Padauk last week. That is available on the shop right now. I don't know if I'll make another one out of Padauk. Padauk is an orange wood. It's nice, but I still think the Purple Heart looks better. I just think for a Gladius Rutus sword, you just can't go wrong with Purple Heart. It looks so pretty once it's sanded and tung oiled. I sanded up to 1,000 grit, so it's like a mirror finish on these. All right, let me go put this bad boy up. Whew. Man, it's hot in here. Wipe this out. Yeah, the Fijian Club is oiled already there, Luke. It was one of the first ones I did. It's already, I don't know if you can see it. No, it's over, it's behind the box back there, so you can't really see it. I don't want to touch it because it's wet. Don't want to mess up that tung oil. I want to put fingerprints in it. You don't want to see my fingerprints in your stuff. Oh, I know. I love the grain pattern in Padauk is beautiful. I love working with it. It's a beautiful wood. It just doesn't quite have the same effect when you get it sanded up as Purple Heart. Purple Heart just looks gorgeous. Oh, yes, please hit the like button. I always forget to tell people that. Yeah, like, subscribe, all that jazz. I always forget to tell anyone to do that. All right, hold up, guys. Let me go put a few things away here. So unfortunately, this week I probably won't have time for show and tell. I normally do a show and tell after I'm done, but this week I am running so behind. I have way more work than I have time right now. Oh yeah, ash. I love ash. I've got 2 pieces of white ash left, and unfortunately, the grain configuration on them, I've been trying to figure out what to do about it because there's too much cross grain in the cut, which is not good for weaponry because when there's grain going across your weapon, you have a break point. So trying to figure out what to do with them. I hate to just make them all into Yawara, but I don't know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, craftsmanship, a lot of people don't want to pay for it. You know, that is an issue, Sozy, and I run into that too. You know, like I have a lot of people, they'll come to me for a custom order and I'll give them their estimate and they're shocked at how much the estimate is. And I'm like, yeah, but you know, you're looking at materials and my time and, you know, it's, you know, and I'm cheap compared to most shops. Like my custom orders are usually in like, you know, it depends on what you're getting. If you're getting something small, it's usually in the 50 to 100 range. But if you're getting like I do custom zombie apocalypse baseball bats for $200, you know, that's, you're not going to find anyone else doing that. You know, like let me show you what I'm working on right now. Hang on, I'll show you. So like this is the other custom order that I'm working on. This is a Hawaiian rosewood. It's a rifle stock design, but it's not. This is based on a photo the client sent me. It's got a pommel on it, which is odd for a rifle stock club, and it's gonna get a dagger blade embedded in it right here, and it's gonna get some teeth cut into the wood above and below where the blade's gonna go. But the pommel actually is really nice because it's pretty front heavy, as most war clubs are. But that big pommel really, it makes it balance really well. Like I can swing this one-handed, which is odd for a rosewood club this big. Hey, what's up, Dave? I would say this is probably 2 to 3 pounds. I would guess. That would be my guess. I haven't weighed it. It's going to be a beefy boy. Especially once, because it's gonna get a dagger blade. I'll show you the dagger blade. It's gonna get a dagger blade embedded in it. So the example the customer sent had a dagger blade, so I ordered a dagger blank and sharpened it up. So I'm gonna end up probably cutting the tang and and tapering it down, and then I'll drill a notch for it in there and fill that with epoxy, and then that'll go in there, and then it'll get 2 teeth cuts here and 2 teeth cuts here. Actually, I think it's 3 teeth cuts on the bottom. But yeah, the blade will go about there on it. But yeah, Hawaiian rosewood is crazy stuff. This thing was hard as hell, and the bitch about it, Shozy, is I was going to cut this on my bandsaw, and so I'm on my bandsaw, and my bandsaw broke. This broke my bandsaw, which sucks because after that I had to basically shape the rest of this out with hand tools. I shaped this in the only part I was able to cut with the bandsaw was down here. Thank God, because that was the hard part. But I had to use draw knife and abrasives basically to shape all of this out. Yeah, hatchet and knife definitely take forever. I'm doing all right, Dave. Thanks for asking. No, the blade will not hinge in and out. It'll be a permanent fixture. I'll be using an industrial epoxy to embed the blade in there. Once it's in, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, no, this is Hawaiian rosewood. This stuff honestly, it feels like stone. This stuff, it is hard. I never knew about rosewood until recently. I only recently started working with it, and I can see why in Hawaii, in the Polynesian cultures, this was their go-to wood for forging war clubs and weaponry, because holy shit, it is some sturdy shit. Is it harder than Ipe? It's definitely heavier than Ipe, though. That's the thing. Ipe, you get the strength and you get the light. It's light as well. Well, light in comparison to rosewood. Yes, it definitely is up there on the Jenka. I don't know exactly what it is. I know Ipe is about in the 3,000 to 3,500 range. Kumaru is 3,200 to 3,700, which is nuts. I have no idea what rosewood is, but because how hard a wood isn't always a good indicator of how durable it is. I feel like this kind of wood, even though it's harder, I do think that if it takes a split, it's going to just be a clean split. It's going to the whole thing's going to shatter instead of getting a dent or a small one. But yeah, it is. I would guess that this rosewood definitely is in the same ballpark as Ipe and Kumaru. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's above, because it is hard as shit to work. I have very rarely had an issue working wood in making this kind of a shape. Originally, I was going to make this out of hickory for the guy, but he wanted it to be a particular thickness, and the only way I could achieve that thickness was to laminate the hickory together. But he wanted a solid piece, so I'm like, well, the thickest piece I've got right now is rosewood. So that was what he asked for, was rosewood. $11.70 IBF for rosewood. Is that the Jenka hardness, or is that pound force? What is that? The LBF is the pound force, right? Yeah, tighter fire, tighter break. It is definitely hard, but yeah, it's a weird wood. I would have expected it to be more than that. Oh, it frays, not split. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I love it. It's an amazing wood, but goddamn, is it hard to work. And one of these days, I started working with rosewood. I originally had this piece. And eventually, I will make this into a war club. This is an awesome piece that I had, but it's got a void in the wood in one spot, and so I want to shave it down. But I've been so busy lately, I just haven't had time, because I want to do a one where I put shark teeth here in the front, and then shark teeth along this little flat section right here, and give it a cool little handle wrap. But yeah, I was going to make this one originally, but I just ran out of time because I got too many custom orders and stuff. But eventually I'll come back to that one and make it. that one I actually styled after one of the war clubs that's in that Chief of War thing on Netflix. You only have 60 clubs so far, Luke? Yeah, you definitely need more of those, man. That's not nearly enough for a good collection. And daggers. Yeah, you can never have too many daggers, especially wood ones. Let's see, what time is it? How long have we been on here? Oh my God, it's almost 4. All right, I'll tell you guys what. I'll show you my favorite wood dagger that I have made. My favorite design of a cultural wood dagger that I think is probably the most useful. Actually, I'll show you 2. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Most people don't realize that there were actually durable, like reusable stabbing weapons that were used on the battlefield by certain cultures that were made out of wood. This is probably my all-time favorite. This is the Pahoa dagger from Hawaii. I made this one out of Kumru wood, which is amazing. This stuff's got like a 3,700 pound force Jenka hardness. It is awesome. But it's just a conical tip. There's no blade of any kind. But I have impact tested these. I have stabbed the shit out of stuff with it. And the tips they hold. The tips hold up. Like, this is a reusable stabbing weapon. Most stabbing shanks are a one and done because you're gonna stab it in and it's probably going to break on the way in, which was a good thing in combat, but it also meant your weapon was done. My other favorite is the assassin stiletto. Do I think I'll ever make a bow? No. No, I leave that up to the guys that make bows. Bow making is a very, very like specialized field, and I don't have the know-how for it. There are guys out there that make awesome handmade bows out of yew and hickory. They do great work. I don't want to. That's their area. But this particular one, this is based on an assassin stiletto design. So assassins could use this wood. You get in, put it up under the ribs. As you're running off to escape, find some fire, which wasn't hard to come by back in the day before electricity. So, you toss it in a fire, and your murder weapon was no longer around. So you wouldn't be caught with it. Yeah, they would survive probably a few stabs. But I think probably after the 3rd or 4th stab, you'd probably end up with, at the very least, you'd end up with a broken tip. But like this Pahoa dagger, like, because of the way it's shaped, because it has that taper into a conical tip, it reinforces itself. So you can stab multiple times with this, and I have. I have 3 different ones of these different lengths. It's hard to get these exactly the same, so I don't sell these in bulk. Each one's slightly different, so I have like 3 of these, I think, in stock. They're separately listed. But it's called a Pahoa. It's Pahoa. Do they leave forensic evidence? I mean, they might leave a splinter behind. I don't know. I seal them with tongue oil, so they shouldn't leave anything behind. If they swab the wound, they might find some tongue oil residue, but that's about it. I'm not saying, please don't use my stuff for crimes, people. All right? Hey, thanks there, Handler. So, anyway, I'm going to put these up. If you got any questions, drop them in the chat. But I probably got to bail here pretty soon. I'm usually done in here on Saturdays by no later than like 1:30, and It is now nearly 4, and I am still here. And I'm not done for today. You guys want to see what I have to do after I get off? Please don't use my supper crimes. Yeah. I honestly, if you look at my listings, there's usually like a disclaimer at the bottom that says something to that effect. Here, check it out. So I don't just make weapons. So I had a country club in the area. They're doing like an international foods thing, and they're going to have a pig, like a giant pig, right? And so they asked me to make a big a carrier like serving platter for them, which I made last week. And then like a couple days ago, the guy that ordered it told me that they're going to set the pig on fire on it, on the wood carrier that I made. It's made of wood. I don't know if you guys know this, but wood is flammable. So these motherfuckers are going to light a pig on fire, so I had to figure out how to make it fireproof and wood. So I basically painted it with fireproof engine enamel. The paint on this thing is fireproof up to 2,000 degrees. So I've now fireproofed it. Now I have to do the handles, which originally I was going to do a cloth handle wrap, but now I can't do that because they're going to set it on fire. So I've got silicone fusion tape. So I'm going to be using silicone fusion tape on these handles so I can deliver this on Tuesday and be done with it. I do like wood. I love it. Wood's my favorite, my guy. I stroke my wood. It's great. You missed it. You weren't here for it, man. I was oiling and stroking my wood, and you weren't even here for it, Neville. What the heck? You should have gotten here on time, man. You would have seen it. But anyway, you guys, that's about it for me today. I got to go home and try to rest. I'm not even doing anything today. Like I normally go home and do adult stuff. I don't even have time to do that. I'm going to go home, eat, rest, and then I'm going to come back in the morning and finish all this shit. But anyway, everything you've seen on in here is available on my shop, Warrior Wood and Props. You can find it on eBay. Link is in my bio. WarriorWoodandProps.com also exists. Please don't use it. Shopify is being a pain in the ass right now. And I am literally just trying to cancel my Shopify store, and I cannot do that because Shopify has no people working for them. Hey, my pleasure, Luke. Thank you for being a great customer. I always appreciate custom orders. I got after yours, I've only got 2 more custom orders left. I've got that one, and then I've got a zombie apocalypse battle bat that I'm doing for Nugs, the final girl. She's got 1 bat of mine already. She does horror movie reviews, but she wants something. The one I made for her last time had a bunch of really humongous like spikes in it, and so she wants something a little lighter and a little easier to swing. So right now she's putting together the details. Still waiting on those from her, but hopefully I can get that finished before Christmas. Yes, yeah, Luke, the Osage dagger will go out Monday. It's actually sitting on the desk in my office right now. Hey, you're welcome, Shozy. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you coming back. I appreciate all you guys hanging out with me. I'm going to get out of here, go home, eat, take a shower, crash, come back the crack of freaking dawn, and get back to it in the morning. But y'all take it easy. Thanks again. Bye.